Hello everyone, welcome back. This video is going to be the walkthrough of creating a simple Makefile. This is a follow-up to the previous video where we talked about the concept of Makefiles, how they work, all that. We'll get into some of that in this video, but overall this is just going to be a step-by-step, here's how you create one. Now, as a side note, if you have any sense at all, you'll definitely want to check out our sponsor, Embarcadero Rad Studio. Rad Studio is the IDE of choice for C++ development. Quickly build native mobile and desktop applications from a single C++ codebase and deploy to Windows, Mac, iOS, and Android. With Rad Studio, user interface design has been made easy with hundreds of pre-built components for cross-platform development. You can easily integrate with popular source control management systems, databases, APIs, and you can make your life easier with numerous third-party extensions. Let Rad Studio do the heavy lifting when it comes to C++ development. Give it a go with a free trial by following the link in the description. So when it comes to creating a Makefile, here's what we're going to do. We're going to click New File, and it's going to be called Makefile. It can have a capital M or a lowercase m. I'll go with, I don't know. Let's go capital M. No, I don't like that. I changed my mind. I'm going to do a lowercase m. It doesn't matter. Just overthinking. I'm going to make sure this is in the same folder as all of my math files I've been working on. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit of cleanup. I'm going to delete these object files. And I'm going to delete a.out. Cool, so all we have now is our source code. Now when we're creating a Makefile, what we're going to do is we're going to put the file we're trying to create and how it comes to be. So this is actually a good time to talk about how you can change the output file name. So when you compile some code, you have the option of using the O flag. So if you just put -o, you can define what name you want the file to be. So since we're going to be making a more complex application, you might want a prettier name than just a.out. So what we're going to do is we're just going to call this math. And then you put a colon. And now the syntax here, it has to be exact, so don't cheat. Don't put anything else, it has to be a colon here. Then what we do is we say where this file comes from, or what it depends on. And I'm going to use object code, so we're going to need two object files, one from mathstuff.cpp and mathutils.cpp. So mathstuff.o and mathutils.o. Those will come from the CPP files once they're compiled. So you can kind of think of it as this. This is the destination and this is the source. The next line, we actually say how we get from the source to the destination. So if you press enter and then hit tab, and yes, you have to hit a tab, the syntax is strict. Now we're going to put the compilation command to get from these O files to the math file. So to do that, we say g++ mathstuff.o mathutils.o, and then we can use the output flag and give it a name. We will call it math. So that is the way we compile these files and get the result math. So this is the name of our file. Now what we can do is we can repeat that process with these files. Where do they come from? Well, let's go down 2 lines and then go back to the far left and say mathstuff.o. Well, this clearly comes from mathstuff.cpp. How do we get from mathstuff.cpp to mathstuff.o? Well, we do a compilation g++ mathstuff.cpp. And whenever we want to get object code, we want to use the C flag, so -c. Then we do the same thing for the utils, so we say mathutils.o, and this is going to come from mathutils.cpp. And the command to get from the source to the destination is g++ -c mathutils.cpp. Cool. So this is our Makefile. Now we can also do another command here, clean, and this will just remove any files that need cleaned up. So for example, sort of how earlier I removed the object files, if we wanted to do that again, we could say *.o. The asterisk will grab any file ending in .o. And let's also get rid of the compiled file altogether, which is called math, by putting a space and putting math. This is a Linux command. If you guys need a little bit of work on that, I talk about how to do these kinds of commands in my C programming series, so check that out if you need help. Okay, so I think our Makefile is done, and it should be ready to go. How do we actually use it? All we have to do is say make. And what this is going to do is it's going to basically look at this and figure out any of the dependencies and make those as well. So hit make and watch the files over here on the left. When we press make, all of these commands are executed, and a bunch of files appear on the left. We have the math file, we have the object files, and we still have the source files because those are not going to be touched. So when we're working with such a simple application, this whole process seems a little over the top, but it's very good to know this stuff because as we get into more complex C++ applications, we don't want to have to go through this crazy compilation process every time we want to do anything with the code. A Makefile really keeps us in check because not only does it do the work for us, but it also does the minimum amount of work. So if we only change one file, it's not going to recompile everything. It's just going to compile what it needs, relink the stuff together, and then give us the executable. If we want to execute this, all we have to do is say /math. And you can see we get an output. You can illustrate this using the touch command. What this will do is it will update the timestamp for a particular file. So let's say we changed math stuff.cpp. When you run make, it's going to notice that the CPP file has been changed and it's newer than the O file. So it's going to recompile the O file and then it's going to regenerate the math file. So let's run make. What commands are executed? Well, this one right here, g++ mathstuff.cpp, and then it's going to relink everything back together using this command right here, which is where we take all the object code and put it together and generate the math file. So that's really cool because nothing even happened with this mathutils.cpp. It didn't recompile. That's because we didn't change that file. And then if you ever want to start from scratch, all you have to do is say make clean. And it'll run this remove command right here. Voila! So that is Makefiles. Super, super cool. Not so useful right now because it would be easier just to compile ourselves. But as you get more files and more work, it's going to make your lives a whole lot easier. So make sure you guys got this stuff down. This is probably one of the harder pieces to really grasp. At least it was for me, but now I think I finally got it, at least the basics. And let me tell you, these things can get pretty complicated. You can introduce variables and all kinds of different stuff like that. So if you want to know more, look up Makefiles and let me know some cool tips in the comments section below. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a break from multi-file compilation and Makefiles, and we're going to be talking a little bit about namespaces. And this is kind of our transition into object-oriented programming and some other cool stuff like that. So we just got a couple more things to finish up before we get into object-oriented programming, and then we're going to dive into that stuff. So check out the next video and please be sure to subscribe.